watching Numbskull News, and today we're going to do some redundant type of video. All right, I've already put out a tier list of the scariest teams in the Big 12 for 2024. However, shortly after that, no one's following my lead, by the way, is happenstance. Uh, several outlets put out their what would you call it? The too soon Big 12 power rankings for 2024. And I was going to go and look in all of them, but that would get just too stupid. So I decided on Heartland College Sports. I like Heartland College Sports. I have some criticism sometimes of everybody. Everybody. No one is safe from me taking a dump on you. But Heartland College Sports, they're more of an independent, kind of thing. And they try to keep things buttoned up, unlike me. But I do appreciate sometimes some good buttoned up content, just the sports, not a bunch of silly BS. So I wanted to use their list, because that's kind of my special gift to the world, right? Take someone else's hard work that they took a lot of time developing and taking a dump on it. that's my X-Men mutant power. Okay, so so let's get started. Well, all right. So I'm not going to disagree with everything, right? That would be kind of stupid and pointless. Oklahoma State being number one, you know what? I like that. I think they earned that spot. I have no complaints with Heartland on that. Number two is Arizona. As long as they don't lose Jedd Fisch. I don't think they're going to. I don't think Washington, they may really want him. He may be their number one pick. But I don't know. If I'm old Jed, I think I'm staying in Arizona. I think that's the smart move. Now, this is kind of the chalk, right? Utah being in the top three. I disagree with Utah being in the top three. And look, they're going to battle for a conference championship game appearance. They definitely are. They're going to be in the mix. I wouldn't have them that high up. All right, maybe it's because their fans talk too much crap. I don't know. Or I just don't trust the health of Cam Rising like a lot of other people seem to do. I don't know why. I mean, when a guy shows you he misses a lot of time with injury, he misses a lot of time with injury. And you can count on that because that's the one consistent thing about Cam Rising. He will get injured. So, but I wouldn't move him down that far. Utah, I think, deserve to be in this 5 spot here where UCF is. Kansas State is good where they are. 4 is perfect. I would move KU as long as Lance Leipold, I think that's actually how you pronounce his name, as long as Lance Leipold doesn't leave, same thing. I would move him up here. I would move KU to number 3, and I'd move Utah to number 5. I would move West Virginia up to number 6. 7 is that's not far off, but I would move them to number 6. And as I'm looking down here, I think pretty much everything is okay, except I move Texas Tech to number 7. And there's a reason I do that. Texas Tech needs expectations. Number 9, that's not good enough. All right, remember last year, everybody was swinging on their nuts just like I was, thinking that, they're going to really, really compete for a title, a Big 12 title. Last year was supposed to be their year, everyone's dark horse, and they disappointed. Let's just be frank. They disappointed. All right, and they got the number 1 recruiting class in the Big 12. McGuire is recruiting his ass off. They need to be at number 7. There needs to be higher expectations for Texas Tech, so they need to go there. And I don't really have a problem at number 8 with Iowa State. I think I'm good with that as well. And I would move UCF to number 9. I think 5 is ridiculous. I know they just got a badass quarterback. Everyone's hyped up. We need to see some development from the defense. I think it's just too soon to have them at number 5. I think that's that was that you're reacting to one guy you're getting out of the portal. I know it's the quarterback. I know it's super important, but that's not everything. So UCF to number 9, and Texas Tech needs to go to 7. West Virginia to 6. TCU at 10. I'm fine with. They got some things to prove. 5-7 last year. They shouldn't fall out of the top 10, but right at 10 is I'm good with that. Let me see what else we got here. BYU at number 11. I think I'm good with that as well. Colorado at 12. Yeah, let's keep the expectations a little bit lower. I know people, for some reason, people hate Dion. I don't hate Dion. I like Dion. But that offensive line is atrocious, and we got to see what he does with that. And also, the defensive line is not much better than the offensive line. So, those are the key components to any team. Offensive, defensive lines, they got a lot of work to do. Houston has a new coach. I might put Arizona at 13 ahead of Houston just because their coach has been there a little longer, but it's not a big argument. 13, 14, who cares, right? Now, I would put Cincinnati above Baylor. Baylor deserves to be at 16. And I know 15, 16, who cares? But to me, I really care about that. Baylor was horrifically embarrassing. Cincinnati, that's kind of what everyone expected first year with Cincinnati. New coach, moving up to the Big 12, but they are out recruiting Baylor. Say what you want about Satterfield. This dude can recruit. He did it at Louisville. He's doing it at Cincinnati. And he's having to rebuild since they lost their coach. So Baylor's not facing that. Aranda's been there for a while, and it's getting worse and worse every year. They deserve to be at the 16 spot. Just, they need to have all the shame. I mean, 15's bad, but 16, I think, would be more effective. Hey, we're looking at you as the worst team. Worse than Cincinnati. I see them as worse than Cincinnati right now. So that's it. I mean, I don't have huge arguments, but UCF at number 5. I love UCF. I think UCF is going to be great, but to put them at number 5 based off of them getting a quarterback out of the transfer portal is kind of dumb. I expect more than that from Heartland College Sports. Maybe that's them trying to be cute. I don't know. I try to be cute sometimes too. So I could recognize BS because I could BS. I could be full of shit as well. I try not to be, But, I got my biases. I got my BS, so I can smell it. I can smell it. That was some BS. In Utah, like I said, I don't blame people for putting them in their top 3. I put them a couple, I got them in my top 5. There you go. Top 5. Prove something here in the Big 12. I know they won a couple Pac-12 titles. They summarily got smashed in their Rose Bowl appearances. Is what it is. So let's see what you bring here. I know you're bringing a lot of talk. You're bringing a lot of hype, and that's welcomed. That's welcomed. I actually welcome that. I all the shit talk from Utah fans, I welcome it. Great. You want to be the villain? Be the villain. Every good, wrestling show, sports entertainment show needs a villain. You need the heel. And if they want to be the big heel, I got no issue with that, and I respect them embracing it. But because of that, I'm not putting you any higher than number 5. Because I think in this conference, Kansas has earned a spot ahead of you. I think Kansas State has. I think Oklahoma State has. Arizona, I'm putting higher up because they had a better year than you last year. All right, and they're trending up. They got a young quarterback who looks good. He hadn't missed a whole season yet. So that's what I'm doing. But still a lot of respect. I'm putting you ahead of a lot of teams. My team's TCU. I'm putting you way ahead of TCU. That's 5 spots ahead of TCU. So it's not complete bias and BS against Utah. But at the 5 spot, that I'm saying you will compete for a Big 12 title. I'm just saying that I think there's some teams that you're going to have to get through. And right now, we don't know if you can get through them or not. So, this is a gauntlet of a conference. And I know they think they're the big shit coming in, but they ain't. They ain't. They ain't seen it. They haven't had to face this gauntlet before. So, good luck. Anyway, that's all I got for this crap. I'll be back with some other crap later. Bye.